Oh, well, my name's Fox, right? So I'm Fox, and I just saw Encanto, the latest Disney movie that's out, animated Disney movie that's out. I, one, it's really funny because I watched when I went to go see Moana, especially because back then my hair was a lot longer. I live at I'm like, hey, look, it's me, or like, hey, look, it's my people, because very much a lot of similarities, especially hair wise. And then I go see this movie, and I'm like, oh shit! Now this is like almost exactly like my family. Literally, like two of the girls look exactly like sisters. So I was looking, I'm like, holy hell! One of the guys look at my father. I'm like, like I was looking, I'm like, okay. This was pretty good. I want to say I actually really like this one a lot. Like, this is probably one of the better animated Disney movies recently. I said like a while back, like, oh, I love Big Hero 6. Like, Big Hero 6 is my favorite, one of my new favorites. Back then when I think I reviewed that one. I don't know. I like Big Hero 6. I love that one a lot. I think I might like this one a lot more. First off, Big Hero 6 is not my favorite Disney movie in general. I like that movie a lot. It's not my favorite right now, but it is really damn good. I really do like that one. And I think I really, really love Encanto. Like, I really, really do. One, I like the culture and all that stuff in it. I like the characters. I like the setting. I like the world. I like the message of, like, family and stuff like that. Like, because one thing I would love is a very healthy family. And this movie is about that. This movie is about family members either putting too much pressure on others, or, even, like, family members not feeling like they can be themselves around their family, and having to, sometimes they hide that, and they have to learn, family has to learn to be accepting of others, their differences, and different things, instead of trying to look good for everyone else. My family is very much my family has its issues. So, watching this movie, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, like, God is, yeah, like, it is like, yeah, I would love this. I would love if my family could freaking be healthy. At least things were, and basically, the trailers, if you've seen them, or the first trailer, maybe, I don't know. I didn't really see much. I think I saw one trailer of this. Not because they didn't promote it. I don't know if they did or not, but I tried to avoid it because I wanted to go in blind. Basically, the setup is the grandmother and grandfather of this family, the grandmother and grandfather of this family, they had to leave their homes at a very young age with the three uncles, with the uncle, aunt, and mother of the main character, and they had to leave their home. And the grandfather sacrificed himself to protect them from invaders, conquistadors, conquerors. I'm not entirely sure, but they came in. No, it's not conquistadors. They're conquerors. Probably something else. I'm guessing England. Just a guess. I'm guessing Britain. Sacrificed himself, but for basically his family and love and all that stuff, and that sacrifice, along with the love that the grandmother had, took this candle that they had to light their way, enchanted it, and allowed it to blew back the invaders, created giant mountains surrounding that protected this valley, and also created a house for the family, as well as then giving them magical gifts or powers. One is super strong. One can create flowers. One can see the future. One can create food. One can make food, and if you eat it, it heals you. What other ones over there? One can let you see. One allowed them to see the future. I think that was. Oh, and then one can talk to animals. Yes, but then there's also the main character. Is it Marigold? I believe it's Marigold. Marigold. I hold on. I gotta cheat. Here's the thing. I am horrendously terrible with names. I really am. Yeah, Mirabel. Yeah, Mirabel. Mirabel. Sounds okay. Anyways, Mirabel. And basically they get it at like a certain age. I think like 10 years old. I want to say, I don't know. They don't specifically say the rules, but at a certain age, the kid goes up to a door that the house makes, and they open the door. And when they try to open the door, it'll engrave them on that. It'll engrave like like an image of them on that door, and it'll give them their powers. Mirabel does not gain a power, and basically years later, she's still living in the nursery. I hope she gets a new room by the end of this. She's still living in the nursery, because like when you open the room and you have your own room in this house, like it is a giant open. It's a world that it's bigger on the inside for one. I think that's a Doctor Who reference at that point, but it's bigger on the inside, and it matches your magical gift. Like, the best way I can describe it is if anyone's ever seen Steven Universe and you've seen the gems rooms where like it kind of symbolizes them and all that stuff. That's kind of what it is, though we don't see all of their rooms. But yeah, so they fight. So they fight. No, they do not fight. God. So basically, but during her nephew, during Mirabel's nephew's like thing where he gets his gift or whatever, she notices the house begins to. Also, the house is alive. The house is alive. La casita is alive. And you know, it's honestly really cool. It's like it's kind of like, I would say, like the genie. And honestly, I would say this has captured more similar to the idea of like the genie or something like that. Better than Will Smith as the genie in the live action one. Nothing against Will Smith, but I just feel like if they like doing like that bigger than life magical creature or bigger than life magical friend, I think Casita kind of does that really well. And I think it works better. But basically, like the whole thing is that the magic is slowly dying, and it is trying to idea of like, okay, like what is causing this? And Mirabel trying to prove herself, to try to prove that, you know, she's part of the family because she doesn't feel like she is, and trying to learn ways to fix this. And it became very apparent to me like what was happening, like when she talked to her one sister, the big strong one, which one, like I'm like, alrighty then, that is a big woman. I'm like, yee. But I was like, yeah, that is a big woman. I'm like, whoa. But God. Anyways. But yeah, so but like she has super strength. Well, it's one. I like how this movie marketed itself for one, because this is obviously one very much a musical. The guy who makes Hamilton made this, Manuel. I don't know his entire name. I just remember that, and it's Manuel. There's a lot of the music. The music is really good in this, and also like if you look at the trailer, it looks like there's so many, or the trailer, like there's things where like you see like the big sister holding Mirabel and flying through the air. There's like a Cerberus at one point, and all this other stuff. Which one? Like, because that there's a whole song that's going on, and then, like she talk, like basically a lot of times they sing about like, at least I think it's like her sisters, because that's one of her sisters. Like they'll sing about like what's wrong, and then Mirabel kind of tries to help them with that. Try to help with like what's wrong with her, because the family basically every time they gain a gift, the abuelita goes, all right, well, you know, your gift is strength, so you know you have to help with this, this, and this. You'll create flowers, you'll do this, that, whatever. Oh, another one who can control the weather with her emotions. That was the other one. And they all sing. And basically, it's very much a musical. Way better than West Side Story. then they have a really big like a musical number, and like the music number's like really big, like show like different scenes, stuff like that. Like the part where she's holding Mirabella flying through the air, that's in the musical number. They reference Hercules, which I'm like, and they show Cerberus like arm. I'm like, you know what would have been kind of really cool? I guess maybe it would have detracted if you had Hercules, the Disney Hercules, like, and the Disney Cerberus. Like, I just want to say right now, but it's her trying to solve these different things. Like, eventually, like, she learns about like a prophecy or a vision that Bruno made, and there's like a cool song about Bruno. Like they don't talk about him, like he disappeared, and they blame him for everything. Which I honestly want to rewatch this movie because during that Bruno song, like they don't talk about Bruno. Like he's like, shh, don't, and they try to make him look like almost as evil as possible, which is really cool. It's not really like a psych switch, like, oh yeah, he's the villain. Oh no, he's not, kind of thing. They trying to say like he's maybe the villain, but it's not really. But like that was really cool. And the thing is, like, you'll see Bruno in that song, like in the background at some points, kind of just like hanging out, like, or like hidden like in the dark. And, like you'll see him lit up with green and stuff, but like he's in the background. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. And I'm really wondering if I rewatch this movie, will I notice Bruno in the background at some points? Like, will I notice that he's back there, like just watching his family and stuff like that? I kind of really want to know. The room ideas was like really cool, seeing how big the room and stuff like that. And maybe it's just me, but every time I go to one of these movies now, I always think, okay, how can this be made into a new Kingdom Hearts game? Into a new Kingdom Hearts level? Cause wasn't there one? There was an animated Disney movie that came out recently that like it had something to do with like your heart and something like that. I can't remember what it was. Recent Disney animated movies. Raya. Yeah, Raya. Right. I liked Raya too, actually. That was a really good one. Raya is the other one where it's like the land of heart and like being together, and I'm like, all right, this could probably fit really well. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of these more recent movies are what's going to be in the next Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know if we'll ever get Treasure Planet, sadly. I hope we do. We had Tron in the freaking Kingdom Hearts 2, and that movie was way freaking older. But, actually at this point, maybe it's about the same age as Treasure Planet, comparatively. Anyways, beside the point. But like, yeah, I wonder if you see Bruno in the background and stuff like that. But like this one, I can definitely see like them doing like during this point, and them kind of like, you know, going to the different rooms and like as the different levels in this world. I kind of just see. But anyways, the movie was fun. Like, mind you, like this is a movie that I'm gonna like you're gonna go in like, whoa. Like, at least for me, it wasn't. But the best way I could describe this movie is, because if you've seen any of my other reviews of just TV shows, stuff like that in general, I love Molly McGee. I love Molly McGee. It's very, for me, that is a show that I watch to feel happy. Like, it'll usually always get a laugh out of me. Like, when Amphibia, when I was watching these shows back to back, it's like, do I want to see Molly McGee first or Amphibia? I always went Amphibia first because Amphibia 1, it's a good show, nothing wrong against that. I actually really like season 3. I think it's the best season out of all 3 of them. But I always had that one going like, all right, cool. You know, maybe there's some high emotion in this. Maybe there's stuff like, what the hell? Kind of like, okay, whatever. And then I watched The Ghost of Molly McGee because it felt happy. Like, it would all usually get a laugh out of me. It was fun, and like it just made me smile watching it. That is what this movie is. Like, this isn't a movie, and again, maybe some kids will like not see it coming, but like as soon as they're like, oh, she doesn't get a door, I'm like, all right, she's probably like, I kind of guessed from the first trailer, like, okay, her like power is going to be like her taking care of the house, or in this case, the family. Like, that's going to be her power, her gift is going to be like her having to protect the house or protect the family and stuff like that. And like even like and I don't want to spoil too much, but like that like that's kind of the thing. And I'm like, okay, I can see that happening. And yeah, like that was pretty much the case. But it's done well. Like the characters are really done well. Like the whole idea of family together and all that stuff. I love that. I love that. This is a movie like there's a lot of movies where I'm like, like, you know, like, okay, we watch a Disney movie. Sure, put on Ray. I like that movie. Sure, put on any Disney movie. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I feel like this is a movie where, like, if I ever have a bad day, I would probably put this on because the music is really good, lively, it has really beautiful visuals. The characters are fun, and it all around is honestly a really good movie. Though I do wonder, like, where some of the, because we don't see all of the characters' rooms. So I'm like, wonder what those rooms would be. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna do an animated series of this. It wouldn't surprise me if they do an animated series of this. But it is kind of funny because there are some questions about this. Because again, the whole idea is that, you know, this magical like land, mountains rose up, and also I do like that Mirabel like says, like, you know, if she had these powers, she would help and do all of these things if she could, and I like that. I do like that. But I guess also the grandmother doesn't have a power either. You have to be, like, I guess, born into the family, and, like, I guess the first generation, the grandma and whatever. Or I guess I would connect with Mirabel too, like the grandma and her probably technically don't have powers, but the power technically is the house, like connecting with the family and all this stuff. But now them being the separate ends of the two. But beside that, what the funny, because I like these magical mountains rose up to protect this place and protect the people, and you know you have the town that's in there because there's people there that live there who are town, and like the family is kind of like royalty, like in a sense, like they always go to them for advice, stuff like that. The family, you know, helps out how they can with their magic, stuff like that. They're very much kind of like royalty, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I get it, like it's very happy and stuff like that, but like, can the people leave? Can the people leave the valley? And so like the only time they leave the valley is like when a big thing happens, like the mountain splits in half. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, can people leave this place? Like, are they trapped in? Are all the people trapped in here? Do people ever like want to see like what's on the outside world? What is on the outside world? Like, is it modern day now? Like, are there like planes that fly over, or like maybe this place is perfectly hidden? Is it modern day out there, but like in here it's not? It's like that one M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's like spoilers for that movie. But yeah, that was the only thing I was thinking. I'm like I get it. Like everyone's very happy with this place, and you know all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. But also, I'm just thinking, like, are they trapped? I don't know. That was a funny bit. That was funny. I'm like, But yeah, I love the characters. They were good. Seeing these characters and I don't know, I representation. I like that. Honestly, do I like seeing characters who did look like me, and I'm like, I kind of did feel like I kind of connect with it a little bit more. I'm like, you know, I don't know. It makes me happy. This movie makes me happy. Like, is it the greatest thing? Like, no. I saw the twist coming from the first trailer. I didn't expect there to be a big bad villain. The question of like what I did have a question of like, okay, why is the candle dying? And then, but soon as the big muscle girl said saying her song, I'm like, okay, I already see. Actually, I'll say probably even a little bit before that. I kind of understood what was happening. I kind of showed what was going on. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, all right, I already know. I kind of already see what's happening here. I already see what the twist is, and I'm like, okay. My biggest question was like seeing the trailer, like how the hell do you get to all these things? And then once again, Big Muscle Girl had her thing, I'm like, oh, that's how we're gonna get all these visuals. Okay, like when we saw the Cerberus there, and I'm like, all right, it's really good. I really like this a lot. Also, like the side characters are fun. I do really feel like they want to give these main characters like a magical friend or like some kind of little animal, but they don't want to do the Disney trope anymore because every so often it's like, oh, a toucan's with Maribel, because, or one of those big guinea pigs are there, and like he kind of just sits there while shit's happening around. I'm like, okay, just because the funny animals. I'm like, all right, fine. At least I would have said, like, have it where the kid sending the animals there to watch Maribel, like, protect her or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I like it. There's some very heartbreaks, especially with Bruno and everything. Even, like, how the family sees Bruno. And I'm like, yeah. I like the message. I love the message of this movie. I honestly say go check it out. It's really damn good. It's really damn fun. I know this review's late. A lot of my movie reviews are late right now. I haven't been just seeing like the day they come out, but anyways, tell me what you think in comments below. Thanks for watching. Which videos I've done, links are on my face, because there's somewhere. Push my videos. Spider-Man should be coming soon, assuming this doesn't come out like during that. But anyways, Spider-Man should be coming soon. I'm not seeing that the day of. I think this is the day it came out, the 15th. I'm not seeing it till like the 23rd or the 24th or 23rd. Because 24th is Christmas Eve, 25th is Christmas Day, and 28th is my birthday. But, yeah, I like this movie a lot. This is a movie I honestly would be like, yeah, I need to feel something to make me happy. Let me put this on. I honestly would say that this is a movie I would do with that. Like, it's colorful, it's lively, has a really fun message. The characters' movement is, like, really good, like the little movements and stuff like that. And maybe also it's just like it connects with me in a way. Like, okay, yeah, I could see like my family in this a lot. When I could also see that with like shoot, what was it? Moana. But I can see it in this too. I'm like, all right, but yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. The videos I've done, links are on my face, because there are some videos. Go check out this movie in theaters or when it comes to Disney Plus. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Yeah, it's fun. It made me feel happy.